Hello everyone, it's Pastor Lon and my beautiful wife Robbie Lynn. I want to welcome all of you back for another episode of Come Sit a Spell, and hope everybody's been doing well. And sorry it didn't come out Thursday like we planned, but that's the way it is out here in this area where there's not a lot of Wi-Fi, and plus we've been real busy with the garden and stuff. So I hope everybody's been doing well, and we're going to share some things with you tonight. We got something, a special treat announcement, or whatever you want to call it, at the end of the video. And we want to share that with you at the end. But we'll save that for the end of the video if you stick around for that. But again, glad to have you tonight, today, whatever time this comes out. But we want to talk about becoming more self-sufficient. Now, we've had videos in the past about, prepping and stuff like that, and different items. And but we just wanted to kind of talk about, because God has really blessed us in the last couple of weeks with rain and stuff here. It's been dry for a while. We've been watering like crazy. And this year we tried to...
It's probably been raining for 2 weeks.
Now it has been, but up until then it was dry. But anyway, we started the raised bed gardens this year. I built those, and Robbie Lynn used the raised bed along with the square foot gardening technique, which, by the way, we won't use that again because it puts too many plants
too close together and they don't have enough room to breathe in the bed. I don't like it. I mean, so it depends on, I guess, what you plant. If it's like carrots, my carrots are doing fine.
But tomatoes don't do good that way.
Peas don't do good that way. Beans don't do good that way. Beans kind of like to be together, but
yeah, it's trial and error as we go.
We'll see how they work out.
What I like about this growing season is we're using a lot of trellises and stuff, hog panels and regular hog pen wire or whatever with T-posts, and I love watching those things go up on those trellises like that. But anyway, we just want to talk about becoming more self-sufficient, because there's a lot of shortages been going on. Just a couple of weeks ago we had a fuel shortage, and it just scared everybody. It puts a lot of fear in people's hearts and minds. And I've heard several people on here say before, and it's a true fact, that fear sells. And if you can put fear in the hearts and minds of men and women and children, they'll do just about anything. And that's what Big G's trying to do, is put fear in the hearts and minds of people, and not encouraging people to be self-sufficient, but to be reliant on somebody else to take care of it. But that's a whole nother video. But with the food shortages going on and everything that's going around, I see a lot of things on here too. Our grandparents and parents and forefathers and the old timers, if you'd say, they had it right. I wrote something down here. They planted it and in the ground, they would grow it, take care of it, tend the garden, they would eat it, or they would raise it and feed it and get it up to age of butchering, and they would eat it. They would butcher their hogs, they would butcher chickens, also milk goats, milk chickens. That ought to be good. That ought to be some good milk cows.
I see you did that.
Yeah, I will try that. I can't even catch a chicken, much less milk a chicken. But anyway, butcher hogs, raise honeybees. We had honeybees, by the way, and they swarmed on us, last year?
Yes.
We plan on getting some more, so that'll be another video coming. Also planting gardens and having fruit trees and grapevines and raspberry bushes and blueberry bushes and blackberry bushes.
Speaking of trees, I found a walnut tree on our property today.
Did you? You told me something about that, but you didn't show it to me. You just told me about where it's at.
Beside my barn.
Okay, so good. We got a walnut tree, and y'all seen the video where we planted all the other fruit trees out along the driveway. And we already had some pear trees and apple trees, and then we have a plum tree. But then we've been planting a lot more. We got us a little, what you call it? Orchard out there. And
we're making an orchard.
Yeah, and we got some Bradford pear trees, but most of those are just for looks. They were here when we got here, and we're going to cut those and plant trees in place of them that bear fruit that we can actually eat. So hopefully we have a video coming on that. But before we get into everything that we wanted to share about our garden, the way God has blessed us, we mentioned to y'all a while back in the video that we were going to take down some more pine trees and to make more room for garden space, orchard,
Fruit mostly on my fruit, but
strawberries,
my bushes,
blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, stuff like that.
Maybe a grape.
And we've had those pines taken down a week or so ago. And like I said, we've got a little bits and pieces of videos. We're gonna put that together and show you all that upcoming shortly. But with that being said, I won't share this together. I won't do all the talking, but I wrote down things that we've harvested out of our gardens and from our fruit bushes and vines or whatever just this year already. And I think that's really...
First thing we got was collards and lettuce.
Well, I didn't know you were going to go in order. I would have known, but you go ahead.
Collards and lettuce.
Okay.
Then we got the cabbage, garden peas.
I love garden peas too.
Broccoli.
Hold up. I love garden peas, and I mean that's one of my favorite.
We got one mess.
Yeah, we got one mess so
Next
far.
year I'll know.
But what I'm saying is that's the, I mean, we've eaten a lot of things out of the garden that I like over the years. That's the first time we've ever grown our own garden peas. And man, they were delicious. So after garden peas, what you say?
That's the first time I've grown cabbage too.
True.
The cabbage got flooded last year.
Yeah. So then broccoli.
Yep.
Potatoes.
Well, we got the garden peas first. You got
Okay.
the potatoes, squash, onion,
Yep.
peppers, and tomatoes. Tomatoes.
Roughly in that order, but you hear that's a lot of stuff already out of the garden already. We're not boasting about that ourselves. We're bragging on God because, you know, like I said, we watered everything, try to keep it alive, and that's by the way it is when you water. You just keep it alive, but it really don't produce until God sends the rain, and He's the one who gives the increase. Remember, we can plant, we can water, but God gives the increase, especially when He sends His rain. But we wanted to share this tonight because we feel like as a nation here we have really backed ourselves into a corner, becoming so self-sufficient on foreign trade and, you know, other countries, whether it be food, fuel. Help me out.
Well, they're trying. They are trying to get rid of the meat.
True. They had a meat shortage. They're talking about the cattle industry. And I hadn't really...
What was that company that supposedly went down?
I can't remember. That's what I was going to say. I haven't watched
most of the meat.
Haven't watched enough of that. Some of you may know more about that on here than we do. You want to put it in the comments below.
I saw a video where they said it was an inside job. It was on purpose.
Most everything that goes on in this country is an inside job.
This is true.
But anyway, so the importance of... I can't remember the channel, and I should have wrote it down. Because I've subscribed to several new channels, and I had several new channels subscribed to us. But one of them was just butchering some chickens, and they were talking about. I commented on there, and I told them we'd get ready to start trying to do that ourselves. We haven't done that on Homestead yet, but we're going to. And they were saying that was a very important. I think I can pull her up. That was a very important skill to have and to know. And if I can find her channel right quick, I'm going to mention her so you can go check them out.
If you can kill them, I can clean them.
I can kill them.
I couldn't. I won't kill them unless I absolutely had to. I would do it if I needed to eat and my children needed to eat. But as long as I got you to kill them.
I'm not a killer, but I mean, I don't have a problem killing humanely.
Chicken's neck.
Oh, I can't find it. It ain't in. I don't know where it went. But anyway, if I think about it, we may put it in a link below if we got enough sense to do that. We'll try. But we'll go back to that. And one thing I want, and y'all make any comments you like, of course, about what I'm about to say, but many times we've gotten laughed at, talked about, looked at kind of strange about us becoming more self-sufficient, and we really don't. It's not that far back. We really don't care about that anymore. You know, it never bothered me anyway. But there's a lot of people that look at you like you're crazy. People say, why don't you just go buy from the grocery store? Well, one, the grocery store is not always going to be there. Which I wrote something else down that I wanted to mention. Speaking of self-sufficiency and not caring what people think about me raising the garden, raising our animals, butchering our chickens, raising hogs. We got 3 hogs in the freezer now that we raise? Yeah. And like I said, more blueberries from last year, and we try to just raise everything we can to become more self-sufficient. Because what I wrote down, I wanted to make sure I didn't forget to tell y'all this, is I'm not going to depend on someone else to feed me. What I need, we are capable of obtaining ourselves. Because we've been taught how to plant a garden, been taught how to raise animals, we're not as good as a lot of people are, but we can survive. And we say that now, and a lot of you on here probably could survive, or you have had family members that teach you something back in the day. You were raised in kind of the same era and same time we were. Some of it may be further back, some of it not as far, but the world and the culture today, the average person couldn't survive if the grocery stores went down or the shelves went bare. I seen with the fuel shortage a couple weeks ago how crazy people can really be. I mean, I wasn't like fearing for my life, but I was.
The crazy's gonna come out of them.
Yeah. We both have concealed weapons permit, and we keep our sidearm close by. That's a fact. I can't help it. It is what it is, and I don't. You know, I trust God, and I trust my wife, and I trust a few people, but those that are trying to keep us from being self-sufficient, I don't trust. But nevertheless, I don't get off on that little on that soapbox tonight. But one of the greatest, I did read a quote. One of the greatest things in the world, other than Jesus Christ, of course, one of the greatest things in the world is to know how to be self-sufficient. And I think about, and that's why I love going to Tennessee and Cage Cove so much. Every time I ride through that 11-mile loop, I think it is, in Cage Cove, I think about how the people up there on top of that mountain survived so many years. Whether it be in the spring, summer, fall, winter, they survived. And
all of them didn't.
Well, maybe all of them, no, all of them didn't, but
they had it rough too.
What I'm getting at is we've come to a point in this country, in the culture today, where people have become too dependent on somebody else to take care of them. Therefore, they haven't been taught and raised the right way, been taught these skills of self-sufficiency. And you know, I'm concerned about some of my own family, some of your family.
A lot of them.
I read something a while back said the average household don't have enough food in it, stored up in it to last them a week. What?
One of my nieces said if something happens, she's coming to my house.
Yeah, and a lot of people say that, but you know, I just thought it'd be a good topic to talk about because you need to plant your garden.
She could be useful, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, our niece could be very useful. Yeah, she could help. She could help protect us, that's for sure. But anyway, back to self-sufficiency. Like I said, we raised all this in the garden, and God's really blessed us. Some of it we've eaten. Robbie's been canning some of it. We're gonna put some of it in the freezer. But
I am gonna try something we've never tried before, and that's fried green tomatoes.
Fried green tomatoes. Green fried tomatoes. Fried green tomatoes.
They're green. I'm gonna fry them.
That's right. We've never tried that before. We're gonna try it. So
the reason. Because I broke 2 of them off accidentally.
So might as well not waste them. Might as well fry them.
Don't dry them green.
And we were picking blueberries today, and some of them are really good. Some of them need to stay on there a little longer.
About Monday.
The color's pretty much right on them, but they're not sweet enough yet. So I would just encourage everybody to, you know, plant. You know, I've heard some of you always say, "Well, I don't have much land or much space to plant a big garden." Hey, use raised beds. Use those little, what's those things called? The little bucket, plant, I can't even call the name of it. What you got the pumpkins in, the watermelons down inside the fence out there.
Oh, grow bags.
Grow bags. I wouldn't come to me for nothing, but you can use grow bags or a small raised bed. Just like with us around here, we find anywhere we can, like you said on one of the last videos, we find a space available, we're going to plant something in it that we can eat. Either we can eat it now, or we can like you freeze drying a lot of stuff.
No, we don't have a freeze dryer yet. We can't.
What was that? What does that you?
A dehydrator.
Dehydrator. That's
freeze dryer's a little bit out of our range right now.
Well, anyway, dehydrator to try to dehydrate the food and make it last longer. We can eat it later.
Also, the green stalk planters.
Yeah, they come in good.
Patios or anything like that.
Yeah, don't take up a lot of space. So.
You grow a lot of food in it.
I just want to encourage everybody, because even our viewers on here, subscribers, and whether they subscribe or not, people that are watch this channel, we just want you to know that we pray for everybody. I mean, I don't call everybody by name. We pray for our YouTube family, and I'm serious about that. So we're concerned when you're giving a prayer request of a death in the family, a sickness, a financial need, or whatever, we pray about that. But we also want to encourage you on this channel to plant your little garden. Be somewhat prepared as much as you can, because when everything goes down, and I'm not, I can't predict the future, nobody on here can, but I do believe there's some rough waters ahead and a storm ahead. And a lot of people think that Jesus is going to take us out of here before all that happens, and he may very well do that. But if he don't, I'm planning on being prepared until he calls me by the rapture or calls me by the grave. I'm not going to sit around and wait on somebody else to feed me and depend on somebody else to feed my kids. And
if you don't know how to do it now, when something like that happens, you won't be able to Google it. You better have a hard copy. You better have your cookbooks. You better have your canon books, your self-sustainability or whatever books on how to do things. You better have it in hard on paper. And
this kind of goes back to prepping. We had one of our church members that helped us out a couple of years ago. There's nothing wrong with having like the what do you call that? The little box he made us to put in your vehicle. A bug out. It ain't really a bug out bag, but it's
a box to put in your
it's got things in it like a flashlight, in case you get to break down.
Like a small tent or a sleeping bag.
I mean, you never know when you could be stranded somewhere, and I know that's a little bit away from what we talked about tonight. We'll talk about that later on. We should have brought that up in the prepping video. But I'm just saying, overall, you need to be as self-sufficient as you possibly can, because one, when it comes down to it, nobody's going to take care of you and your family like you will. And not only that, it gives you a good sense of pride. It's good. I mean, we're somewhat prepared, but not as prepared as a lot of other people I know. But we are more prepared than a lot of people I know as well. So we're kind of probably halfway in the middle, maybe. But
sometimes the more I watch and get more, sometimes I infiltrate my brain with too much information. I get stressed out thinking I need to do this, I need to do that, but do what you can.
A little bit at a time.
Every little bit helps. As long as I'm doing something.
And my advice to you too is don't compare yourself to other YouTubers, or if you got a channel, or if you don't have a channel, don't compare yourself to other families or whatever they have.
Everybody's situation is different.
Right. You just do what you can do. And
with our situation, we're gonna have to deal with 2 special needs children, and Bradley has got to have his meds. It's just we got a different situation to deal with when stuff happens like that.
Brad had a kidney transplant in 2015, so therefore he takes anti-rejection meds every 12 hours. Every 12 hours, they're giving those to his kidney. Our body won't reject his kidney. So we got that to not say worry about, to be concerned about. He's our responsibility. But so is feeding him and protecting him in the other way.
We can do that part, but if the pharmacy can't get his medicine, that's in God's hands.
We're going to depend on God with everything that's going on. And people say, well, if you depend on God, why do you prepare? I mean, that's common sense. God tells us to prepare. I use that analogy all the time about Noah in the ark. He prepared an ark because God said so. He said the flood was coming. So I'm preparing for my family in case the flood comes, or when the flood comes. If I'm still around, I'm preparing that we'll be able to survive and take care of ourselves, and not only have the food to eat and the wood cut, to be able to take care of yourself, put in that fireplace. That's something I got to get more wood cut, It's just things you need to think about down the road because, and we're getting ready to end this thing, we're getting a little long, but just think about how it is when your power goes out for like 2 or 3 hours, not even a day, with the environment and the culture we live in today. First thing everybody does, everybody calls the power company. Because I know, because we've been there. Call the power company, hey, I got a power outage so you can get it back on soon. Well, what if it goes down for a long period of time? You know, we've seen what happened when here in the South, if one snowflake falls in South Carolina, what's going first?
Milk and bread.
Milk and bread gone. I mean,
I don't know why.
I don't understand why people want milk and bread, but that's the first 2 items to go off the shelf. But
People don't even drink milk.
no, here's the problem though, just like with the gas prices, the gas shortage. I've heard several YouTubers on there saying it's so true that we wouldn't have had a shortage if everybody wouldn't just went out and tried to hoard up everything. Nothing wrong with going filling up your vehicles so you can get back and forth to work or go to and fro, or getting a couple cans filled for a generator or your lawnmower or a chainsaw. But you know, when everybody's going up filling all these big old gas jugs up on the back of trucks and stuff, you know, we got to look out for yourself, but you also got to prefer your neighbor and your brother as well, from a biblical standpoint. But I heard Billy at Pastor say something a while back on his, I think it was a live video they may have had, and I agree with him 100%. You know, I'm for helping anybody I can. You know, we'll give you the shirt off our back to help you any way we can, but I don't want anybody coming up in here telling me I got to take food out of her mouth to give to somebody else. So you're gonna take food that I worked hard for to prepare and put food on my table, and I'll help you. But you're not gonna come in here and just take what we got, at least not peacefully. I'll put it that way. But anyway, they may take this video down, but it is what it is. I was
get on to the surprise.
Yeah, I better get on to the surprise. But the biggest surprise, is not really a surprise to y'all, maybe news to y'all, is tomorrow, June. Now this is what day is this? No, I'm talking about day, Friday.
Yeah.
June 11th, and tomorrow is June the 12th, and Robbie Lynn and I have been married 34 years tomorrow. 34.
How'd you do it?
How'd you do it? 34 years tomorrow we celebrate our wedding anniversary on June the 12th. And I don't know if this video is going to be out tomorrow. The way our internet is, it might not come out to Sunday. I don't know. But whenever you get it, you get it. But, yep, 34 years of marriage.
And show them what you got for it.
And we're gonna do a video on that someday soon. He'd like him a little break.
This is what homesteaders get for their anniversary.
This is what homesteaders get for your anniversary. And I'm gonna try to put this up. Probably lift it on somebody can. I don't know if y'all can see it. Put this up on Robbie Lynn's bar, but get a good look at it.
Look at it.
Hoss tools. There you go.
That's the
It's a plow, it's a cultivator, a hoe. You can put all kinds of different attachments on it.
It's got like the
I can't pick it up.
the weeder.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like the hoe.
What do they call that? A high arch is what.
But anyway, and you can set these wheels here. You can make it wider or narrow, and put different attachments on it. But anyway, that's what I got for our anniversary. And then Robin in got more of what she does to do. Can you see that good? Can you see the top of it?
Raised bed.
See at the top is where it says raised bed, right?
Yep. It's probably backwards, but this is like a 4x4. I got 2 of them, and this is what I'm planning on using for like my herb gardens and stuff like that. Somewhere separate to put my herbs and stuff like that.
So she got 2 of them too. So I'm not gonna pick both of them up, but anyway.
I would show you me putting them together, but we don't do too good at putting things together.
Yeah.
Together.
You got it. Thanks for that's why we stayed married for 34 years, because we didn't do many
Building project.
do-it-yourself projects together, not building. All when it comes to measuring, we'll take measure and having to
Well,
cut.
that says no tools required.
Well, we might survive that one. No tools required.
Actually, I saw that on a YouTuber's video. I'm trying to think of who it was. Something North Carolina. It's a lady in North Carolina.
We'll try to mention those channels again, or if we can find them, we'll put them, maybe try to put a link to their channel down in the bottom, in the description or whatever. But anyway, we appreciate y'all tuning in tonight and joining us. Hope it was a blessing to you. But try to become more self-sufficient if you can, because nobody will take care of you and your family like you will. Always remember that. And anything else you want to say about self-sufficiency? Or
Just do what you can. Do your part.
A lot of people get discouraged because they can't do what everybody else is doing, but just do what you can do.
I mean, some people I watch, I'm like, forget it, I'll never be there.
Well, we're not supposed to be like that. We're supposed to take care of our own. So, and the pitcher pump deal that I mentioned before, I got all the attachments to, if the power won't work or run out of gas in my generators, I can hook up with all the PVC connections I got, fittings I got, and I got 2 pitcher pumps actually. We may end up putting another well in just for a pitcher pump here in the near future, maybe. But anyway.
And we're thinking about digging our pond out.
Yeah, we're gonna try to dig our pond out. We got a little bit bigger than an irrigation pond where I got the island out there where I do some of my devotions, which I haven't done a devotion in a while. I need to get back out there. But we're gonna dig that out, maybe, and stock it with some fish and stuff like that. But can't put much in there now because it goes dry so quick. Anyway. Alright. I think that's all we got for this Come Sit a Spell. Again, thank you for joining us. Leave some comments below. And until next time, if Robert Lynn ain't got nothing else to say.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, happy anniversary to you too. Y'all remember?
It is the 12th right now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Sure is. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. All right. Y'all have a good night. Remember, Jesus Christ loves you, and Jesus Christ is the answer for any and everything y'all dealing with in life. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.